Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to this Friday's edition of the She Boss Money Show, where we discuss all things finance and wealth building for women business owners who want to build wealth and live the life that they desire for themselves and have ambitions and drive for. Today, I would like to discuss a topic that seems very basic, but is actually super important when you are an agent or a realtor and have a business. If you started in business several years ago, you're probably starting at a point where you don't have your business organized. You're running everything out of your personal business or checking account. And over time, your business has grown, but you're basically losing clarity and control over your business. So there comes a time where you're thinking about, well, how should I organize my business? What kind of bank accounts should I have? What kind of systems should I have in place to control my money and grow my money and my financial security? What I'd like to do today in this session is talk about the organization of your finances that I recommend, that I use myself in my own business, and I have seen agents use with really good success. So I'm going to share my screen and show a graphic that pretty clearly goes through this process. Here, so I call this the organized realtor system because I believe that organization is fundamental and key to any realtor success. So what are we looking here? So what I recommend you do is you basically divide your money into buckets or digital envelopes through a set of business checking and savings accounts that will help you gain clarity and separation in your finances. The first account that I recommend that you open for is called a commission or your income account. And this is the account where you will deposit your revenue or your commission as it comes into your business. And this is the only, this commission account is where the only purpose for this account is to have your income come in so that you can watch it come through, and it will sit here and accumulate, ready to be distributed to the other accounts. The second account that you should have is your business expense account. This is a checking account that will have monthly amounts transferred into it from the commission account to pay all of your business expenses. And you should have an idea of what your business costs you to run every month. And if you don't, then just set an amount, then approximate amount that you can come up with. And over time, you can refine the amount and make it more consistent. The third account I recommend is actually a taxes account, where you will deposit between 25 and 30% of each paycheck that you receive into this account. I call this a holding account for taxes, but also I have this trick where you actually call this also a holding account for your retirement contributions. Because when you go to pay your taxes, it's hard to predict with certainty what your taxes are going to be, depending on your situation, depending who else is in your family, and what it's going to look like. So it's very possible that you will have oversaved into this account. Hopefully you will oversave into this account. But when you do your taxes, you can also determine your retirement plan contribution. And because the deadline for taxes is also the same for your retirement plan contribution, if you have money here, you will have more flexibility and be able to contribute to your self-employed retirement plan easier and not scramble to find cash to contribute to your retirement plan. Once you have these three business checking accounts, you should also have a business credit card. This credit card will be solely and exclusively for all of your business expenses. This way you can track what you spend on your business. Everything will be organized and set in one place. And once you have all of these accounts set up, then you're ready for a bookkeeping system. I do recommend that all agents have a bookkeeping system and a bookkeeper who will professionally do this for you. I always say this, the QuickBooks self-employed or online is way too easy to use. And it can lull you into this false sense of security that you're doing it right. You can categorize your expenses. You can watch your business P&L. But what I have found personally from my experience and from experience of other agents is that you lose consistency over time. You don't know a couple of things, actions that you need to take, whether it's a transfer or a credit card payment, or how to reflect the in and outs and the reconciliation with your bank account. So within a very short period of time, you lose confidence in your bookkeeping system and you give it up. And you're back to where you started at square one, where you don't have a P&L or clarity over your business. So as soon as you are at a point where you're making consistent commissions, I definitely recommend hiring a bookkeeper. Once you have a bookkeeper and your books done, then all of your P&L reporting, your taxes, and your forecasts will be that much easier to create and manage. And these are the three documents that will, three analysis that will help you develop your business. So that is what I recommend on the business side. Now going over to the personal side, there are two bank accounts that I recommend you have. First is just your regular checking account where all of your expenses will come out of, all of your personal expenses, whether it's your mortgage, your groceries, all of your insurance accounts, whatever it is that you pay out personally will go out of this personal expense account. And last but not least, I do recommend that you start and fund a reserve account. This reserve account, whatever you call it, you may also call it an emergency fund, is where you will have an amount of cash sitting there very safely, in a very liquid place, where if your business is down, if your business is slow and you're worried about paying your bills, you can use this reserve account to draw from it and pay your bills. I always get asked, well, how many months of reserves should I have? How much money should I have in my reserves account? And my answer to that is it really depends on where you are in your business and how much experience you have in the business and how well you know your business cycle. So for example, if you've been in the business between 3 and 5 years, you may want to try to reserve more because you don't know how many months you can go without a business. But if you've been in the business long enough, say it's 10, 12 years, and if you look at your business and you know the longest amount of time that you've gone without a commission or a sale or a listing, that's the amount of time that I would recommend that you reserve in this account. What I also recommend is that, well, actually, I guess stepping back, what you want to, in order to make this successful so that you can have personal expenses reserved correctly and your emergency fund having enough money, what you want to do is you want to have a budget. You want to have a business budget, obviously, but also a personal budget. And there are several tools out there in the market that have. Every tool obviously has its pros and cons. What I have used personally, again, and what I recommend is Mint. It's not perfect, but it's very adequate. So once you come up with a budget and you know what your approximate monthly saving is, you can have the right amount going into your personal account and also in your reserve account. And I will have another session to talk a little bit about budgets in general, but I will mention here briefly that in general, when I look at my budget, I don't look at every spending that I do equally. Not all spending is created equal, right? So I typically divide my spending in 3 buckets. One of the first and foremost is your essential expenses. What do you need to keep the lights on, to keep your the roof over your head, your phone on, and your car filled and your family fed? So those will be your essential expenses. Then there is a separate second category of lifestyle expenses. So these are things that make your lifestyle pleasant, whether they are subscriptions, whether they are memberships. These are things that you want to do, but don't necessarily have to do. So in a pinch, you can cut or suspend lifestyle expenses. You can modify your lifestyle until things get better and you can restart your lifestyle expenses. And the third category is your luxury expenses. These are things that you can really do without if you have to, such as your shopping, your eating out, and the travel, big purchases, things that give you a sense of luxury and well-being and are comfortable and pleasant, but again, are not essential. So once you have this set up, and I think this is a pretty simple picture, although it has a lot of aspects to it, then what this will allow you to do is actually get yourself organized, get enough clarity in your business and your personal finances to allow you to move to the next step, which is wealth building. Once you have this set up, then you can figure out, okay, what are my goals for my net worth? Because ultimately here I have a picture of the net worth. What you want to do is increase your net worth. You want to increase your assets, reduce your liabilities, and increase your financial well-being, financial security, and wealth by investing, getting the returns that you want, and building the financial life that you want. So this is in a nutshell. I call this the organized realtor system because again, what I have found is that the organized realtors sell more business because they're thoughtful, they're systematic in their approach, they're consistent and persistent, and that is what I find pays off the most for our goals. I hope you found this live presentation helpful. I am recording it and I will be posting this presentation on YouTube. So I will also have some information on the She Boss Money Show group page where you can find my YouTube page, how you can follow me, and how we can keep in touch so that I can help you build the financial security that you want, the wealth that you want, and ultimately your best life. Again, this information, this session, and all of the subsequent sessions are for informational purposes only. They're solely educational. I do not give any investment recommendations or any advice that would not be appropriate for your personal situation. If you have any questions about what you should do personally with your finances, please reach out to me personally, DM me via Facebook, and we'll be able to meet and discuss your personal situation, and I will help you if I can. With this, I wish everyone a happy Friday and a great weekend. Bye.